real Jesus. Like the way that the early church, like I think of Acts, like the book of Acts, the way that the early church operated, where there was demonstration of the gospel in power.
Like, I know, like, a lot of people that are watching this are familiar with Don Potter, who's also coming to this conference.
Yes.
He talks a lot about like how it takes the three generations, like the Abraham, the Isaac, and the
You
Jacob.
see just raw love for Jesus, raw hunger, raw zeal. Like it confronts all the areas in my own heart where I'm like, where have I become so dignified?
Right.
Where have I lost just the raw, unashamed, public display of love for Jesus that he is so worthy of?
As dawn breaks over the ruins, a breath from heaven moves again. Graves lose their grip. Shadows tremble at the edge of light. The risen Christ calls his people upward to arise and shine. Our hearts awaken, clothed in his life. Strengthened with might. The living one reigns forever. And we are filled with resurrection power.
Hey, Bailey, it's good to see you.
Hi. So nice to finally talk to you and see you too.
I know. We're so excited that you're going to be joining us at Worship and Warfare this year. And I'm excited to meet you in person when you get here.
Me too. I'm so excited. I feel like it's long overdue. I have loved and admire you from afar, for real. So I'm really, really excited to be up close and actually get to see you and meet you and be there. So
Oh, wow. That's so awesome. Yeah, we're looking forward to you being here. And I've followed you a little bit too over the maybe the last couple of years. I think you were here in the area at another church that I'm close with
yeah,
not that long ago. So
yes,
yeah, it's our turn. It's our turn to have you here at Morning Star. That's gonna be fun.
yeah,
So like first of all, guys, I'm here. Oh, I'm here. This is the Worship and Warfare t-shirt from last year. I just felt like I needed to put that on and
love it.
we'll have merch, fresh merch for this year's conference. For you guys that are watching this, we're talking a little bit about the Worship and Warfare Conference coming up March 19th through the 21st right here at Morningstar. This is a conference that I look forward to so much every year. Like he just blows our minds every time. You know, it's like we get to set aside 3 days to it's the kind of conference where, like, there's gonna be great messages, great speakers and stuff, but it's the kind of conference where we really, really emphasize extended times of just passionate worship, go all out for Jesus until we're done, you know?
Yeah.
And that's so fun. So Bailey, you are coming to be with us for the first time, and I want the people who are watching this. I know a lot of folks here, especially my students, are just so excited that you're coming. And I know there are some in our community who aren't as familiar with you yet. So could you just share like a few minutes, give us a little bit about like your story and also what you're doing, like what your ministry world looks like right now.
Yes. Well, I won't go all the way back to in 1996. I was born, but
Wow,
I
you were okay. That makes me feel so old.
I'm on the cusp of Gen Z and millennials, so I call myself a zillennial. So
Oh,
I
wow.
identify more being Gen Z, but we're
Yeah,
right there on the line.
love it.
Um, but I grew up in Florida, and probably about 10 or 11 years ago, more so 10, the Lord really called me out of Florida to move to Los Angeles, to join something called the Jesus Clubs, or they call it also Gen Z for Jesus.
Yeah.
And primarily what that looked like was going onto public high school campuses and starting Jesus Clubs. And so for the last decade or so, my main form of ministry and even leading worship was on high school campuses, middle school campuses that are public in the wild,
Wow.
church in the wild,
Yeah.
especially in Los Angeles, like evangelizing campuses in East LA, Compton, Crenshaw, in some of these really rough areas in California, that's primarily where I've been serving and where I've been even honestly learning how to host the presence of God was, on these campuses in Los Angeles. But then in 2020, um, our whole ministry, so a group of maybe like 30 to 40 of us, were all full time missionaries to high schools. We all felt the Lord randomly start calling us to Dallas. And we weren't really sure why. Our leaders started getting these recurring dreams of Texas and moving and all this stuff. So literally 2020 happens. Our whole team drives from LA to Dallas, Texas. And right like the week that we moved was when COVID began and every high school in America got shut down. And
Wow.
for about, I know we all remember it, but for about 2 years, we're all just kind of like, now what? So
Yeah.
we moved to Dallas, and our primary mission fields, high school campuses, they're not even open. And so we started to preach the gospel online, and our community got connected to Upper Room Dallas, which is a local church here, and we just started to go bury ourselves in the prayer room. Honestly, that was for me. That's what I did during COVID years, buried myself in the prayer room. And through all of that, Gen Z for Jesus was birthed, which is a more of a more of the intercession gospel expression. We usually do gatherings every couple of years where we just gather Gen Z to do like 10-hour, what we call 10-hour burns, where just nonstop worship, nonstop intercession, nonstop, freedom deliverance, the gospel's presented, baptisms, just the whole Jesus explosion. Um, but that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. And then in the midst of all of that, I've been a part of Uproom, just serving in the prayer room, loving Jesus, being a part of the Levites there. And yeah, that's kind of what the last decade has looked like, a little bit of evangelism and intercession stuff. But
Yeah. I love that blend. There's like a little bit of everything in
mhm,
that. Yeah, evangelism and the prayer room vibe and
yep.
the whole nine. That's awesome. What an exciting 10 years. Like I'm excited about what the Lord's been using you, like how he's been using you and like you mentioned, like you've been growing all this whole time as well.
Yeah.
And like there's it excites me to see like I'm in a season in my life where I'm a little bit more of a worship mama, like
Mhm.
I won't say how old I am right now, but I've been doing this a long time. And like the highlight of my life right now, I would say, is teaching and equipping my students in our school of worship here at Morningstar and just watching how the Lord is raising them up. And it also helps me stay in touch with what's going on. They keep sending me like songs and like albums and making sure that I don't lose touch with what's happening out here.
That's the best.
But it's exciting to see what God is doing through Gen Z, and
Yeah.
from my perspective, just being the type of person who can come alongside them and just help them soar.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have a lot of passion and heart for the Lord and for, doing the same thing, like helping to rally this generation
Mhm.
towards the heart of the Lord. Like I know there's been a lot of shaking going on recently. I think probably everybody sees that and knows that. And it can feel like, wow, this is really discouraging. What is going on? But there is so much like exciting stuff that God is doing. Like his kingdom is on the move.
Yes.
He is getting a hold of these young ones and just like, there's such a hunger I sense in their hearts for the real thing. They want
Yeah.
the real thing. And like, what are you sensing and seeing when you go around or when you're like, leading worship or connecting with different groups? Do you have an excitement in your spirit or what are you feeling like the Lord's doing right now in these
Yes.
young ones?
I wholeheartedly agree with what you just said, where they're just wanting real Jesus. Like the way that the early church, like I think of Acts, like the book of Acts, the way that the early church operated, where there was demonstration of the gospel in power.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what this generation is craving and crying out for. So much so, like, they call Gen Z the most like spiritual generation of this, that we've seen.
Yeah.
And it's because they genuinely are like just searching for where there is real life, where there is real power. And the coolest thing ever is that I'm seeing more and more with this generation, with Gen Z, and even with Alpha,
Mm.
there is zero shame, zero fear of man. They are quite literally embodying Romans 1:16. Like, they're unashamed of the gospel because they know it's the power of salvation to all who believe, first the Jew, then to the Gentile. Like, they're living that and breathing that. And it's very confronting because there's so many times where I'm not even that much older. Like, I'm considered still in their generational bracket or whatever.
Mhm.
I still will go to these high schools, and there's 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, without any reservation or without a second thought. Like, they'll just gather their whole school on the football field. They'll preach the gospel. Like, to them it's normal. This is normal Christianity, and they're doing it. Like, they just do it. And I'll show up and I'm like, man, like, I if someone were to tell me, like, you have a week to mobilize your entire school and you're gonna preach the gospel and you're gonna lead baptisms and you're gonna I would probably get a little bit nervous of like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. That's a little bit scary. I need more time than that. I need to But for them it's just like they're just so in love with Jesus that I don't know, it's almost like they have blinders. It's like
Yeah.
it's just him. I
Yeah.
don't care what the world thinks about me. I don't care what, practical obstacles might come in the way. I don't care who tells me it's impossible. Like, I want him, and he's worth my whole school.
Mm.
Going insane. He's worth me looking stupid. He's worth people making fun of me. He's worth it. He's
Yeah.
worthy of this. This is his due. This is what he is worth.
Yes.
And it provokes so much in me where I've become, especially when you do ministry, or you've been in the ministry world for X amount of times, you find yourself becoming so professional in
Mm.
certain things, or so dignified in certain
Right.
things. And when you see just raw love for Jesus, raw hunger, raw zeal, like, it confronts all the areas in my own heart where I'm like, where have I become so dignified?
Right.
Where have I lost just the raw, unashamed, you know, public display of love for Jesus that he is so worthy of? So I
Yeah.
just see so much of that. I see so much boldness. And of course, like all of us, of course, there's so much more areas to mature in, and more areas to grow in. And I like what you were saying, like, that's why we need the mothers and the fathers and even the millennials and people who are older to come around and not try to, like, control or box in that zeal, but to honestly, like, sign off permission slips and be like, we're gonna do it together, and I'm
Yes.
gonna show you how.
Yes. That is so right on. And like, I know like a lot of people that are watching this are familiar with Don Potter, who's also coming to this conference.
Yes.
He talks a lot about like how it takes the three generations, like the Abraham, the Isaac, and the Jacob. And that's one of the things that makes our conference unique. Like it's very multi-generational. So you've
Mm,
got like the fathers like Don Potter and Steve Swanson, and
mm,
the mothers like Susie Uriah,
yes.
and then the young ones like you, Bailey, and some others are going to be here. My students are going to be involved in the
Mm,
fire choir. And there's just a sense of really, I was talking to Susie about it the other day, like just the sense when you come here, there's like a sense of family. that's
Yeah.
really, really beautiful. And it is like, this is always, Morning Star has always been a place of equipping. And so it's a place where people can come and really glean, the generations glean from each other and kind of spur one another on in such a beautiful way. So like I'm our theme this year, there's a few things you said earlier, it's all jumbled in my head now because you said a bunch of great stuff. But it just reminded me to mention like our theme this year is resurrection power. And
Mm.
I just feel I'm just getting more and more excited about what God has in store for us and how that theme is going to be touched on for these 3 days that we
Yeah.
get together. I know we start on Thursday night and we go all day Friday, all day Saturday. There's going to be sessions in the morning, sessions in the afternoon, and then at night. And our afternoon sessions always tend more towards like workshops, activation times
Mhm.
where the people who come have a chance to be activated in different areas, including the prophetic, prophetic
Mhm.
worship. I know we place a real high value on that, and I know you do too. So
Mhm.
there's going to be a lot of exciting opportunities for everybody who come, not just to like sit and like listen, but also to be activated, to participate, to jump in, try some
Yeah.
things and just kind of enjoy that together.
Mhm.
Um, so you're going to be here, like you're going to be here with us. I think well, I'm not going to say when you're leading. I was about to say like when you're leading worship, but I'm going to keep it a secret for now. But I do want to encourage everybody to go to our website and get registered for this conference. Space will fill up. And we do have a group rate. So if you've got 5 or more people, which, hey, if you bring your youth groups, bring your worship teams, get together with friends and take advantage of the group rate because it's a really good price. And there's also like early bird pricing going on right now until like February the 20th. So definitely check that out and don't miss the conference. Bailey, I am so looking forward to you being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. I know you're a busy lady, but I'm gonna end this in just a second. Stay on with me for a minute. I want to ask you a couple questions before
Okay.
we officially sign off. But for all of you watching, we are so excited to see you at Worship and Warfare this March. Don't miss it. It's going to be a great time and we will see you there. Hey everybody, I'm Kelanie Webb, Worship Director here at Morning Star Ministries. Our Worship and Warfare 2026 conference is coming up March 19th through the 21st. Our theme this year is Resurrection Power. I am so excited. I look forward to this conference every year. We've got 3 days of just passionate worship, powerful teaching and activation. You don't want to miss it. We've got Steve Swanson coming back again this year, as well as Susie Uriah, Bailey Redmond, myself, the Fire Choir, and others. Don't miss it. Bring your friends, and I look forward to seeing you there.